It's Week 6 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Cole Kmet. He was perfect for them a week ago, getting a pair of touchdowns and some massive yardage. It's the Bears and the Vikings, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Kickoff deep middle.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. So here are the Vikings set to go to work, and they're led by the leading passer in the NFC a season ago. Now in his 12th year, 6th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
Minnesota's new coaching staff really leaned on Cousins for leadership and production. And the longtime vet was up to the pressure. 29 touchdowns, 4,500 yards, and a 13-win season. His best as a starter. Captain Kirk, he's quietly been one of the league's most productive passers the last few seasons.
Cousins looking to put it up right away. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
A part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game, to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So here come the Bears to take over on offense behind their third-year quarterback, former Ohio State Buckeye Charles Justin Fields.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep a string of good games going right here.
Zone. On plan, there are 9 player, there are 9 formation, concept, screen pass, play action, kick pass, media, quick pass, option, run. In zone split WK.
Here we go.
They run with a fourth-round pick, Roschon Johnson. And he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Second down and 4. Again, it's Johnson. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra next man up since their Friday night light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
There are 10 categories.
They need 2. Here's third down.
Divide is selected.
Here's Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up the first and goal. Well, only their first drive, Charles, but they talked to us about needing to convert on third down, in particular not letting third and short opportunities slip through their fingers. Well, they were successful right there.
It also tells you that they're successful on first and second down as well to get to third and manageable and make them able to pick up those first downs. Now here we are, first and goal. They've got to like what they're doing on this drive.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots and going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. Just a 4-play drive that time. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
There are 9 categories. There are 11 subcategories. Option is set to inside zone 35 plays. We have 7 options. Round is selected. Inside zone split WK.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
DJ Muir. DJ Stick. D-Spot.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On play action, Fields. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 45-yard line. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Alex Leatherwood, the Alabama man, called for the penalty there.
Entering for call to match coaching. Coaching. Pop Medical Center is selected. Entering injury report screen. Player named Walker. Player named Wright. Position RT. Injury type dislocated. Injury length 2 weeks. Injury length 2 weeks. Injury length placed on. Injury length placed on error. Vikings selected. Injury type bruised sternum. Position HG. Player name R Mustard. Player name J Lynch. Player name R Must. Position. Injury type injury length out for game. Entering franchise screen you have 7. Entering play stick. Player. Still third down. Formation. There are 9. Concept. There are screen. Play. Keep pass. Media. Keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. Third and long.
Oh, hurry up. Go.
To throw is Fields. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. Kick FG holder. Field goal 57 yards. On plan. There are 9. Player. There are 9 cat. Formation. Concept. Medium pass. Keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Here we go, son.
They snap it to Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Into the hands of the rookie Jordan Addison. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
And there's a pretty play for Madison. It seems like a perfect fit for the Vikings. Obviously, Minnesota loves receivers who produce. And Addison, one of college's best and most productive receivers the last couple of seasons.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he'll work down inside the 45. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments in how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
Here's a 2nd and 8. On play action, Cousins. Try to lay one up deep. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Vikings. KJ Osborne his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
To try here for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left leg is selected.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he elects not to bring this one out as his guys will take over at the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. Fields on 1st down. And he'll get this complete downfield to connect. A huge play there for Chicago. 51 yards.
It's just called, as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
Entering play call, divide, concept, formation, player, error, Chrysalov, Cole commit, Chrysalov, spacing, and around lid, spacing.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Fields. And that is incomplete here.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Jonathan Mingo, power alert bubble, slot hook, Padu, slot hook.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Fields. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there, waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start, but they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
Keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Fields now to throw. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Bears on the move. They've got another 1st down.
Yeah, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
There are 10 categories. Concept, there are medium, quick option, run, inside, power, AHP power, O.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Up the middle, Johnson. There, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bears have taken the lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
But he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
There are 9 categories. You have 15
Santos now to add the PAT.
Selected.
It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown.
Ball, special teams, you have 6 options. Kickoff key play is selected.
After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Vikings head out to take over once again. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
A first down throw for Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. This defense for the Bears, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Cousins to throw it. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but a guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys who go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle, because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket.
Trying to find Jordan Addison that time, but it's going to be second down. You look at this Bears defense. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively, because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
There are 7 categories.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Cousins again. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So on fourth down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bears take over. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on first and 10.
Option. Run. Screen pass. Play action pass. Keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options. Scheme divide is selected.
Here's Fields. Completing it to the right side. Johnson.
Holding. Offense.
Entering
that
play
hold
call,
coming from the left side of the line.
Concept,
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Inside power. AHD power O.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a first and 20. They give up the middle to Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
DJ Muir, Chris Alov, DJ Muir, DJ Stick, D-Spot.
Here we go.
Second and 21, a lot of ground to cover. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He's got Mingo. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Entering play stick. D-Spot.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Fields. And his throw is going to be incomplete. You look at this defense for the Vikings. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
It's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL. But it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
On fourth down, Chicago brings out Trenton Gill. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be, but still all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Throwing, Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They go play action. Cousins. That is caught. And some space here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Down the right sideline. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw, Cousins. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. And they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
Medium pass, quick pass, option, run. Inside, zone split WK.
Here we go, son.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play.
Inside
hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, is going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Scheme divide is selected.
Now it's Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. The previous play, they barely got back gets at the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
You have 3 options. Scheme divide is selected.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Fields. And again, back to Komet. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He lets it go deep for Olave. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
He lets it go deep for Olave. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. Well, they come out at...
Entering options, coaching. Pop-up menu, you have 3 options. Medical center is selected. Entering, player name T. Jenkins, player name C. Whitehair. Position C. Injury type shoulder. Injury type low back strain. Injury length 2 quarters. Injury length TBD. Vikings selected. Injury type bruised sternum. Injury length out for game. In position HB. Player name R. Mustard. Player name B. Murphy Jr. Position CB. Injury type dislocated shoulder. Injury length out for game. Injury length placed on error. Entering franchise.
We will step aside for just a moment.
Play action pass. Keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line.
Entering play call. Divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options. Scheme divide is selected.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession.
Play call.
As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
You have 3 options. Scheme divide is selected.
To throw is Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Entering play call. Divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options. Scheme divide is selected.
Again, Fields. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
There are 9 categories. Concept, medium, quick pass, keep pass, divide. There are 10 categories. You have
they failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Fields. That's to Moore. He's got it. Touchdown Bears. A great effort there. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score defensively. How do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. A 10-play drive that time. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins now. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They forced incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And his throw here is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 40. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Here's Madison running on first down. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Cousins. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Cousins to throw it. Pass complete to Osborne. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
A first down throw for Cousins. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll go Madison up the middle. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Alexander Madison, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are back within a score. So, partner, was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Extra point attempt to come here. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left leg is selected.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe.
Hurry up, hurry up.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Johnson. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Entering play call inside zone.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Options. HB zone WK is selected. Concept, screen pass, play action pass, kick pass, medium pass, smash barrier, potty corner, bench.
Here we go.
Fields now to throw. That's complete right side to Komet. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
What's not cool about the gain there on second down? That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Quick pass, medium pass, kick pass, divide. There are 10 categories. We have 3 options. C divide is selected.
Here's Fields. Open man is Mingo. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 63 yards receiving for him now. And that last catch good enough for a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Option, run. Inside, zone split WK, AHB zone WK.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Tackle there by Lewis C.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now 2nd and 5. They run with a former Panther. It's Deontay Foreman. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Here we go. Good. Tonight. Go.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Power. AHB power O. Power O. AHB power O.
Here we go, son.
2nd and 7. They go to Johnson again. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now Fields. That is caught. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Entering play call, divide, concept, medium, quick pass, opt, run. Inside zone, jet sweep, reverse, and around, trap, sweep, outside zone, AHD stretch.
Here we go.
Johnson running right. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
Oh, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
They give to Johnson going right. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Entering option, quit game, resume, call, challenge, stats, coaching. Pop-up menu, you have 3 up. Medical center is selected. Entering, player named E. Wright. Player name T. Jenkins. Player name D. Walker. Player name N. Davis. Player name A. Colbert. Player name D. Pettis. Player name N. Davis. Position RG. Injury type foot. Injury length TBG. Entering franchise.
Now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Stretch. Concept. Screen pass. Play action. Keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options.
Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. Back to throw. Fields. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
There are 9 categories. Spacing. 24 zone open. Gun plan. There are 9 categories. Blitz. Player. There are 9. Formation. There. Goal line. Gun.
Let's go. Leave it all out here.
Concept. There are medium pass. Quick pass. Medium. Keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Don't jump. Ready?
Now it's Fields. Touchdown Bears! Cole Kmet, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Now the point after try for Santos.
Categories. You have 15 options. Pad attempt is selected.
He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch.
You have 6 options. Kickoff, keep left selected.
After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Alexander Madison leading this Vikings offense out there to begin the next drive. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Play fake. Cousins. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make that ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Cousins. They'll get this underneath to Madison. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. But the man is Osborne. He's got it. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Categories.
First down. Here's Cousins. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Cousins.
Just nowhere to go with the football. He was forced to put that one into Lake Michigan. I think his receivers have to do a better job of working free because he didn't have anywhere to go at all on that play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Pulled in at the 24. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. There's the tight end, Cole Kmet, as he and this offense trot back out onto the field. Where he stands right now, as you see, already over 1,000. You have to think 2,000 is a real possibility. Long way to go in the season, but what he's done so far, spectacular.
It is, and you know what he's also hoping for? That he's going to play a lot of man coverage from here on out, because one of the best ways to slow down production is to go to zone and double, triple team, put a number of people in the area that you expect him to run into. But man-to-man, every receiver believes he's going to win that battle. And you know what they all do? They all keep kind of a book, you know.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. They overload him that time of the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part. He's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Kevin O'Connell clearly unhappy with that call, and he's thrown that red challenge flag out on the field. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Here's the call.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run. 38 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Entering play call, divide, concept, medium, quick path, option, run. Inside zone, zone split WK.
Here we go.
Entering plate, zone split WK.
Here we go, Scott.
Now a handoff, Johnson, and he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Inside zone split WK.
Here we go, Scott.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5.
Now Johnson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
A shotgun snap. Fields. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
Coach suggestion, kick FGK, field goal 46 yards.
No, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. From the left hash, this from 46. Santos' kick is up and through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Cousins on first down. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
To throw, Cousins. Completes this to Addison out left.
Entering play call.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing, Cousins. To the sideline and incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Final play of the half, Cousins. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, and they have gone to the half with the Lions out on top. David Montgomery, the new Lion, a touchdown run. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium.
And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Dameon Pierce, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Jamison Crowder, a touchdown reception. We got an excellent first half from the dynamic quarterback, Justin Fields. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book. These two teams currently going over their final halftime adjustments. We are just about set to get back to it in the second half. And for the call, let's go back to Soldier Field and Brandon God.
Run. Defend short pass. Defend medium pass.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers.
Entering friend option. Quick game. Resume. Instant replay. Call timeout. Challenge. Stats. Pop-up. Player stats. Entering. Team win. Team Kai. Rushing select. Team win. Team Kai. Player name R. Johnson. Attempts 15. Yards 45. Average yards per carry 3.0. Touchdowns 2. Touchdowns 1. Average yards per carry 2.4. Yards 12. Attempts 5. Player name A. Madison. Player name D. Foreman. Attempts 1. Yards 7. Entering franchise
too many
screen,
sacks
you
for
have
comfort
options.
in the first
Stats
half.
selected.
And they start the second half with Johnson. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That play reminds you that the rich got richer as the league's best rushing offense, added Johnson in the draft. Spent his college career in the shadow of teammate Bijan Robinson in Texas, which hit the fact that Johnson is quite capable of shouldering an offense.
WK, AHD zone WK.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
End around. Trap. Sweep. Outside zone. AHD stretch.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Again, it's Johnson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
WK.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback because everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Divide. There are 10 categories.
Not ideal there. That delay of game backs him up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on third down. To throw is Fields. On his horse. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. 23 yards and a play. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Entering play call, divide, there are 10 cons, medium path, quick pass, option, run, inside, zone split WK.
Here we go. Good. Right.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
Entering play
success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
From the 20, here's the second down and 9. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Play action pass, peek pass. Divide. There are 10 categories.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown! Jonathan Mingo. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Santos now to add the PAT. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff, kick left is selected.
Carlos Santos to kick off for Chicago.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
There are 7 categories.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Brian Burns. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Defenders are always happy anytime they can sack a quarterback for a loss of 10 or more yards. There's an example there. High fives all around.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Cousins now. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Cousins. This is caught by Addison. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the 1st down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Fielded at the 20. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get this to the 32. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Entering friend coaching options. Coaching. Pop-up medical center is selected. Enter player named E. Player named E. Wright. Player named E. Walker. Player name R. Johnson. Player name N. Davis. Player name R. Position HG. Injury type chest. Injury length TBG. Injury length TBG. Entering. Concept. Option. Run. Inside zone. Zone split WK.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. A man who led the league in yards per carry last year, it's Khalil Herbert. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Inside zone. Screen pass. Play action. Keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories.
3rd and 9 here.
Actions. Seam divide is selected.
Fields now to throw. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Cousins to throw it. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And Hockenson going to have the Vikings first down as he'll get this up to the 32. 7 catches for him now, and his last one, a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. And now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Cousins. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 44-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They go play action. Cousins. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Entering play call. Play action pass. Deep pass. Medium. Quick pass. Run. In zone split WK.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
Entering play call inside.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Oh, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. All right.
Another carry for Herbert on second down.
They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offensive's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Entering option, quick, resume, instant, call, chat, stat, coaching. Pop-up, medical center is selected. Entering, player name D right. Player name YNGAKOUT. Position Ray. Injury type bruised hand. Injury length will return soon. Position player name YNGAK. Player name D right. Player name D Walker. Player name R Johnson. Position injury type broken ribs. Injury length TBD. Entering franchise screen, you have 8 options. Coaching is selected.
Here's Fields.
The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Punt.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
We're glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
Now Cousins. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
this offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Cousins.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded just inside the 30. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen, they see the blocks happen, they feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot.
On 1st down, it's Fields. That is caught by Herbert.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Entering play call, divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options. Scheme divide.
So
selected.
1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Fields. Open man is Komet, the tight end.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Entering play call, divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options. Scheme divide is selected.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Concept. There are 9 categories. There are 10 sub. Play action pass. There are 2 categories. You have 5 options.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Divide. There are 10 categories.
Now 3rd down and 7.
Scheme divide is selected.
Now it's Fields. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Oh, that's offline. He hooked it. It's no good. And the lead will remain at 23.
Wow, that qualifies as a bad miss, because anything inside of 40 should be automatic. That's a big mistake right there.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And there's Jaquan Brisker getting to him behind the line. Great play by the safety.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Cousins. And his throw is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And it's fielded at the 34. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now Herbert to start the drive. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
AHD power O.
Here we go.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll run with Herbert. And a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Hurry up, hurry up. Go.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down. Throw left side, pulled in by Mingo.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Fields. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Quick, off, run. Inside power. AHD power O.
Here we go.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Herbert powering up the middle.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Good gain there on 1st down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10. Herbert once more.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
On 3rd down, Herbert.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
Coach suggestions. Their recent favorites. First, play type. There are 9. Concept, screen pass, run, option, quick pass, medium pass, deep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options.
The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here.
They snap it to Fields. Open man, he finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago.
A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Bears are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. Pad attempt is selected.
Now the point after try for Santos. And the lead is now an even 30.
Call, special teams.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Osborne. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Entering play call.
Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Throw left side, and Osborne has it. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Cousins on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Entering play call.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins. Over the middle and complete to Addison. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Entering play call.
One thing I think it's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's 3rd and 3. Now Cousins. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That is caught. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Now a 2nd and 10.
To throw is Cousins.
They'll get this underneath to Madison.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Cousins to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 7 categories.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Well, on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3
Fields
options.
and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At about the 32.
Here we go, side.
Out of the gun, Fields.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And out across midfield, down to the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer.
Divide. Entering franchise screen options. Quit game is resume. Instant call to challenge super stats coaching. Pop-up menu. Medical center. Depth chart is selected. Player name J Fields. Player name T Bajan. Player name P Walker. Player name T Bajan. Slot 1. Player name T Bajan. You have entering concept. There are no play action pass, screen pass, play keep, media, quick pass, option, run. Inside zone split WK.
Here's a give to Herbert. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt.
With a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
A first down throw for Cousins.
He gets it to Addison.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now 2nd and 9.
Now Cousins. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Cousins.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Touchdown, Vikings!
K.J. Osborne.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left leg is selected.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Ball start, offense.
This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because we are grading them on their performance in this game. A lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
He'll look to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Inside zone split WK.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A handoff for Herbert.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Entering play call inside zone split WK. Concept, there are 9, option, run, inside, zone split WK.
3rd and 20. They'll go again with Herbert. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
Here comes the Bears punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Entering play call, fake punt.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Throwing, Cousins.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They're going for it. Here's Madison. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Cousins.
Entering play call.
There, but it's going to be incomplete.
There are 7 categories.
2nd and 10. Cousins. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Cousins now. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on.
Entering inside zone. There, zone split WK.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Flat.
Now Herbert. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
/FK and yard.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. They'll run. It's Herbert.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line.
41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I never saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Third and 3. This is Herbert.
And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
Entering post-game screen, you have 5 options.
So for the Bears, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.